Yeah. Sorry about that. I had a little energy this morning. What it is, what it ain't, what it can't be, what it will be, what it won't be, whatever. Before we get into today's topic, as you'll see, I'm sure you'll see maybe I'll leave the what we talk about in the title, or maybe I'll leave it. Maybe you just gotta come and step in, have a seat, see what we talking about. But who knows? But today, again, before we get into the topic, let me slow down just a little bit. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good shit. You know, if you see your favorite lady at the post office, if you work there, slide her the link. You know what I'm saying? If you see your mans out there, need something to watch, something to listen to, he be out there, just need a little, you know what I'm saying? A little background. Come on, man. We rapping, we yapping, we talking, we chatting. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me to start the freestyle. I'm not gonna, but I can. So don't play. But anyways, welcome. Today we are talking about something a little bit different. I wouldn't say it is a serious topic, so but I'm still want to keep it light, you know. We talking about your mentals, man. Your headspace, how are you feeling up top, and things of that nature. What we really want to get into about it is just us as, especially me as being a black man, men in general, honestly. But there is, if you see the numbers, you look at the numbers, the mental health situation with black men is very scary. And I'm just not talking to my fellas either. I'm talking to everyone. I'm talking to my women. I know a lot of y'all, especially mothers, new mothers, mothers of multiple children, or just women in general in this world. I can't say I understand, or I can't say I know exactly what you're going through, but what I can say is I know you're going through a lot. And I don't want to downplay anything or anybody's situation. So, excuse me. Shit. Goddamn. Look. I'm not trying to downplay anybody's situation on how they feel or what they're going through, right? Some of the things I talk about is just advice if you haven't heard it. Not necessarily advice, but things that I've noticed with the internet lately. Things I've been seeing, dope stuff people been posting for people that may be able to get to that or might find that as a proactive and productive thing for their mental health, you know? So first and foremost, as us fellas, and not, again, I just want to focus on the fellas, so us in general, as people, black people, everyone in the world, make sure that whatever you're going through, find an outlet, you know? And I know that's easier said than done. Like, for me, an example, and I can only use myself as a reference in this point. Me as myself, I have a great support system. Now, I do want to bring up something when it comes to support systems, right? Because you have a great support system, great family, brother, sister, friends, mentors, teachers, whatever the case is, someone you can give your problems to or talk to your problems about. And I'm guilty as fuck as this. Having a great support system doesn't always mean you reach out to said support system. Having someone you know who is going to talk to you and give you the proper maybe advice or help that you need, sometimes we don't go to it because we have this, I'm gonna stand on 10 toes, I'm gonna figure it out myself, I'm dolo, and again, I'm guilty as anybody. If you know me, especially if my dad watches this, he's gonna know that I usually really only go to him when I know I'm at a point of this is actually getting bad, right? I feel like even when there's stuff at level 2, or if we go by color level, when you go to like the trouble, like if I'm only yellow or orange, like I'll be like, I can do this, I can deal with it, I can put myself in a place to where I can try to figure it out, put it in the back burner, more stuff to worry about later. But that only builds not only like a buildup of stress and anxiety and anger at times, but it can lead to rage, you know? And I'm not going to mention my homie's name because, of course, I don't know if he wants me to even bring this up, but I just want to use him as an example of someone who understand the situation and did what he needed to do. My homie, work situation, like we work at the same job, so he was kind of going through some stuff in the job that was like just ridiculous, like management and things of that nature, kind of putting a target on his back. And he reached out to an outlet. He went to therapy and he found out that his rage levels, his anger levels, when being honest, and that's another thing we need to do, is when you go get evaluated and you go get looked at, you go talk to somebody, be honest. Please hold nothing back. Now, of course, at first you're going to be reserved, but the only way we can heal up top is by laying everything out there. No matter how scary it sounds, no matter how fucked up it sounds, for lack of a better term, we're all honesty here. You want to make sure that you laying everything out how it's supposed to be, and he did, and being honest with himself. And his anger levels was at the point of rage, you know. And my guy is a real, most of my friend groups, like, we get hyped, we get loud, we get passionate, but we're more or less nonchalant when it comes to certain things, right? We chill out. We not, you know what I'm saying, crash outs or anything like that. We pretty much chill ass niggas, right? So when you get to that point of every day being chill, being understanding, smiling in people's faces, being that person that other people look to, like, oh, I can't wait till his energy walks in. I can't wait. Like, I go through that same shit as my brother as well. So my brother did what he was supposed to do, reached out to the proper system, and was able to put himself in a position so where he can heal himself, get back into the proper mental health space. Now, again, he was always doing well during at that point, but when you get to a certain point where your anger is now rage, you gotta understand, rage is different. Rage is the shit that makes you crash out. Rage is the shit you do that you regret. Say the things you don't mean. Not anger. That's rage. You know, you pissed. You feel me? So please understand that when it comes to certain situations, especially when you're trying to get help, make sure you lay everything out and try to reach out to someone. Again, I'm not going to sit here and be like, therapy, go to therapy. I don't go to therapy, right? And I've had people in my life tell me that I should look into it. 1 session, 2 sessions, you know? But I just never personally, I'm not going to say I'm afraid to go to therapy. I wouldn't say it's that. I'm just reserved about it. I don't necessarily feel like right now I can get what I need, or maybe it's me being oblivious, maybe me being obnoxious, maybe it's me being arrogant. I don't know. And I don't want to say I'm being arrogant, but I just don't know if therapy is something I'm really willing to get into at the moment. And that's me, you know. I feel like right now my mental is pretty decent, right? I have my outlets, which I'll share with you guys about that. But for the most part, man, we want to just make sure we find that outlet. If therapy is that for you, please, there's some amazing mental health therapists in general, mental health advocates out there that can help you and say the right things to you, and for real, the hard truth. And that's why I would, if I take my bias out of everything, if I stand on a, what's the word I'm looking for? If I stand on the outside, I have an objective point of view. Objective was the word I was looking for. I would say having a non-biased person who is trying to help you is necessary. Because, again, it don't matter how blunt your people are, or how blunt your friends or your mom or your uncle or whoever you go to, how blunt that person is, they still have some type of care bias about how you may feel. Now, again, I know some people like, hey, I got a person who don't give a fuck how I feel. And then sometimes when it comes to family, when they give you that hard love, that truth, it ain't always in a place to make you feel good about yourself. It ain't always in a place to help you build back up. They just want to tear you down. You know what I'm saying? They just want to tear you down. Some people don't give a fuck about building you up. Some people are telling you this because they like the state that you're in. They don't care that that you're going through some shit and want to build you up. They're telling you this so you can stay your ass right there. So sometimes when you speak to a therapist, someone who's licensed, someone whose job it is to help you build you back up. I know you paying them and there's their job and it may feel like this is a transactional thing, but I've seen some amazing things happen with people going to therapy, right? And again, even though your people's giving you that hard truth, it ain't always at a place of to help you get up, you know? Please keep that in mind. And we gonna get into that in a second. But outlets, focus. Sorry, I'm rambling. You can tell I really care about this shit for real because it's scary out here. It's scary, and especially the amount of death that we've experienced. As just for my people, when I'm speaking to me in particular again, I graduated high school in 2014. And the amount of people, and to all my Red Devils, that's our mascot. To all my old, future, current, or whatever Red Devils, y'all know, like, we seen so many people that walked through that halls with us pass away. As getting older in that age, you really start to appreciate you being in your 30s, your late 20s, even your mid 20s, right? A lot of people don't expect, or a lot of people haven't made it to this point. So please be grateful that if you are older, especially around my age range, late 20s, 30s, early 30s, late 30s, shit, even the older people, my OGs out there, you know, please be grateful for your life. I know it ain't always easy, but be grateful. I remember, and again, I'm gonna get to outlets, I'm sorry. We go talk about outlets, but I just want to bring up a quick story time. I was probably 22, probably 22, 23. And I was watching my brother play a rec game. He played basketball and shit. I'm gonna bring up my brother again in a second, but he plays basketball at one of these rec centers we grew up at. And one of the homies he grew up with, one of the homies I seen, like, when I was a young nigga, because my brother was 8 years older than me, and I was always tagging along and being around him. So one of my older homies told me, like, and I was making fun of him, you know, us when you a young nigga and you see somebody 30 or about to be 30, oh, you old, blah, blah, blah. He looked at me straight face, like, but it wasn't like a straight face. It was like a serious look, but like a smile. And he was, I could tell the nigga was grateful, bro. He was like, I didn't think I was gonna make it here. Like, there was, like, there was times, the things I've been through, the things we had to do, because again, where we grew up, I kind of moved all over Columbus, more on the south side, but during the stint when we lived over where my brother met him and got cool with him, it was wild over there. I can't even lie, I seen some shit. And I'll save that for another video when I'm talking about like childhood memories and experiences. So I feel like those story times is gonna be funny, but that shit was crazy. So hearing him say that, like, I'm grateful, and that kind of from that day, that kind of changed my perspective on just like, damn, like the fact that we even getting year by year, you know what I'm saying? And just being blessed by God to wake up the next day, or just get from 12 to 12, you know, bell to bell. That's the goal every day, just get the bell to bell. When you go outside, you hit your start button on your adventure for the day, make sure you get back to home base, you know what I'm saying? That's what we always want to do. But back to the outlets. So what are my outlets when it comes to my mental health and my situations, and what's some of the mental health struggles that y'all might think that y'all might ask what I might go through, right? First and foremost, my primary outlet, or my two primary outlets, are friends and gang, right? And the reason I combine the two is because I talk to my friends every single day on the Xbox, right? And I know a lot of people might see gaming as immature or gaming as a waste of time, but I ain't always gaming when I get on. There's hella times where I had a long day. I know my homies had a long day. guess what we gonna do? Get in a party, chop it up, shoot the shit, fuck with each other, roast each other. You know what I'm saying? Big up each other, advice. You know what I'm saying? Helping each other. You know, laughing. Laughter is if you know me, I'm a goofball. I have to laugh, I have to joke, I have to clown. It keeps me centered. You know what I'm saying? And I reciprocate. I love when people tell a good ass joke to me. You ain't never gonna see me get salty about someone roasting me with a fire joke. If it's fire, it's fire. Like, I'ma laugh. So that's another thing. And that's my outlet because I love my brothers. I was glad to see them. I have friends, my boy LaFlair, who again, I've mentioned him before. He live across the country and we talk, and I know it's important for him because he's necessarily, he's basically alone out there. He has his family, but when it comes to like friends, day ones, all that, we all over here. So I know it really helps him. That's a big outlet for him. He comes to the Xbox party, and then just it's like a weight off your shoulders sometimes. Like, yeah, we all go through our bullshit in there, and sometimes it get a little toxic, you know, for lack of a better term. But for the most part, it's like, I would say it's great to build out. It's great to build that rapport with your friends, to be able to share and go through that shit no matter what. But moving forward, outlet still gaming, right? I love to play the game. Now, excuse me. Again, I know a lot of people look at it as immature, as something that's a waste of time. But gaming is such a great outlet for not only for those who may be competitive, those who just need to take a break, those who like a challenge, those who want to, put their creativity to the test, whatever the case may be. There's so many forms of gaming that is not necessarily just Call of Duty or 2K or Fortnite. Like, go play a platformer, play Astrobot, play Crash Bandicoot. Hey, for my ladies who want to get creative, and I'm only saying this because a lot of women I know play this game, Animal Crossing. You can create a whole island, become your own interior designer. You can do so much on there, and you gonna blink. Sims, you gonna blink, and hours went by. Now, again, make sure you got all your business handled before you sit down and play the game. You want to make sure you're not missing real world opportunities or life jobs and things of that nature over the game. But you can have a good time and really release stress and, feel happiness, like form of joy sometimes, And of course, like, I get frustrated on the game. I get pissed on the game. The game done made me in a bad mood. When I went to go to a good mood, it put me in a bad mood. But it ain't a bad mood because it ain't a true bad mood because I'm just upset that I lost or upset that I got bullshitted. But I still had a good time. I still was able to get my competitive need off. What's another outlet that I use? I haven't been in a little second. Of course, now that it's cold. And I'm not a fan of running indoors, but running was a huge outlet for me. Huge. I would run a mile and a half, 2 miles a day. And it would challenge me because I hate running. I know it sounds crazy. I hate it, but I love it at the same time because it pushes me, it challenges me, it puts me front center. It's just you and these legs and that fucking terrain. What you gonna do? You gonna quit? You said before you started you was not gonna stop. You said you was gonna do a mile straight, not mile and a half straight. Don't stop. And then when that shortness of breath, when your sides start to hurt because you drunk or ate some bullshit earlier, when your legs hurt because you didn't stretch properly, or if you stretch properly but it's just you're banging, you're getting old. Because I ain't old. It challenges you. It builds you. Like, I done ran I'm talking to, I'm looking crazy. I'm like, let's go, don't stop, please don't stop. Begging myself, don't stop, right? Like, don't stop, like, you have to keep going. That's what running does for you. You know what I'm saying? It challenges you, but you're improving yourself. It makes you feel better. When you, for all my people who, you know what I'm saying, maybe indulge in the herbal essence, you feel me? If you run or do some intense cardio or something like that, and then do that afterwards, I promise it's serenity. You know, I love running, and I'm going to eventually. I'm just not a fan of treadmills like that. I like my mind when running, landmarks, places, certain things like trails I run that I know, it helps me, you know. Or if I got a new trail, the first time I'm running it, just taking in the scenery, finding new places. Oh, I didn't know that was over there. Or okay, this is a nice little duck off. But yeah, and there's so many other outlets, especially for those who may live in Columbus. If you don't live in Columbus, I'm sure your downtown area or somewhere, or there's all over the city where you may stay, especially again in Columbus. There's a lot of outlets you can do, creative outlets. Like, I don't know if this is necessarily in Columbus, but I've seen something going around of art therapy. And it's people doing arts and crafts, painting, drawing, construction, things like that. You know? I see a lot of people and a lot of my homies that got Legos. You know? And again, it might sound childish. It might sound immature, but it ain't just those things are not only it's challenging, it's new, and it makes you feel accomplished when you got through that. That helps with anything. I wanna recommend, if you want an outlet or if you're looking for an outlet, find something that challenge you, excites you, and will make you feel accomplished when you finish it. That's what running does for me. That's what gaming sometimes does for me. That's what you know what I'm saying, talking to people, exchanging things, learning new information. This right here. You know, let me holler at y'all, because I don't think I really understand. I've been wanting to do content since, I don't even know, 2019, 18. BSing, procrastinating, scared, you know? And since I've started this content journey, you know, posting regularly, recording almost every day, since I started my first video, I've found challenge, I found creativity, I found adversity. Like yesterday, my video, my first episode of this new series that I was so excited about to start and post and all of that, was choppy. Couldn't figure it out. So now, and I'm not no video editor, nothing like that. No, now, well, I'm getting better. Don't play on getting better. But I was able to figure it out and repost the video, and it worked, and I felt good because I was so confused. I was so frustrated. I went to work pissed yesterday. Hot. Sorry for the yeah. I'm sorry. I was hot, boy. I was pissed. But with that, it helps, you know? And it's called not giving up. It's called getting through. I know I'm yapping a lot. So I'm gonna wrap it up here in a second, but I really want y'all to understand that if you watch this video, you can holler at me. If you need someone to talk to, if you need a space, if you need advice. Again, I'm not the biggest, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a therapist. I'm not someone who, you know, may be able to provide the best advice or the best solution for everybody, but I'm an ear, I'm a shoulder. You know, you can holler at me. Share in the comments. Share if you watching this and you have an outlet for mental health, if you know how to deal with certain situations of mental health, if you know if you're going through your own situations or went through past something, put it in the comments. Now, you don't gotta be too personal, but share things you do to help improve your mind. Share things you do to help improve your day. You know, share experiences that you might have went through to help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? We all together. This is Bandos family. You know what I'm saying? Bandos family. Y'all, I love y'all. Even if I don't know y'all, I love y'all because y'all watching me, y'all supporting me, y'all understand. So if y'all willing to do that for me, I'm willing to be that person for y'all. You know? Lastly, before we wrap it up, I just wanted to bring it up to kind of like let y'all know that I'm with y'all when it comes to that. And yeah, that's kind of my mental health rant. I know I was all over the place, so I mean, we early in these, so please like, share, subscribe. Help me find ways to maybe ground this a little more. Maybe keep this on a certain level that y'all may like. This is episode 2, again, of the Let's Rap, Let's Yap, Let's Rap series. Comment below things you may want me to talk about. Comment things that I may need to improve that you see. We early in this, so to all my friends, to all my new supporters, to my dogs, to my family, I appreciate and I love y'all. And we will see y'all in the next one.